Hi guys, it's Lisa here with another video. Finally, today's July 6th, 2014, and it's been about 3 weeks since my last video. And I don't know, those of you who actually have seen some of my previous ones will know that we have had a real major change, and it's official. We are now full-time RVing. We actually moved out of our house and into an RV. And we're doing what's called work camping, which is traveling around trying to find work while camping, and thus work camping. And our first place here is at Mount Rushmore. So we're in South Dakota. And we've been here about 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks. It'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. And it's been quite an experience. We got here, I'll give you a little update before I get into the yarny, crafty stuff. We pulled in here Monday night late, and the people we're working for said take tomorrow off and get yourself settled in. And Wednesday we started working. So we're in a little campground. It's not very elaborate or anything. The big thing about it is we have a beautiful view of Mount Rushmore. It's incredible. I'll tell you, the Black Hills are absolutely awesome. We've been, having a little bit of time going around and, driving off and seeing some of the area and the animals, wildlife. I've posted on Facebook about it. It's been just such an incredible experience. And Mount Rushmore is awesome, and the view never gets old. Have coffee there in the morning and watch the presidents, and then they have this beautiful lighting ceremony, which we haven't been to yet, but they light up the presidents, the monument at night, and so we can see it all lit up from where we are. So that's been just awesome. It's been a bit of an adjustment moving, into the RV. But it's pretty comfortable. It's me, my husband, and my son. And we started working, like I said, the Wednesday after we arrived, so it's been about a week, a little over a week. Job's interesting. Have some days off. We both have the same days off, which is great, so we get to kind of explore. That's our plan, is like every day off we're gonna pick a place to go and just explore the area. So I hope to give you more updates of what we've seen. Like I said, we've seen some beautiful wildlife, buffalo and sheep and bighorn sheep and, let me see, what do they call it, mule deer, and it's just gorgeous. And like I said, the Black Hills are just awesome. So that's kind of it for now. Like I said, my schedule varies. I'm hoping I can try to do a video once a week, but I'm thinking maybe every 2 weeks, because I don't seem to be getting enough done every week. So I'll see. I'm thinking once every 2 weeks. I thought I'd get a lot more done on our trip because, we were in the car for a long time. We pretty much got here within like 5 days. We didn't do a lot of staying over or anything. But guess what? I didn't, because I was too busy looking out the window at the sights. I was seeing parts of the country that I have never seen before, and so I couldn't really focus on my knitting. I know some people can look out and knit without really watching themselves knit, and I haven't really mastered that yet. I'm working on it. I'm a couple of stitches at a time, but I really can't really do it. And so the scenery definitely took more of my attention and focus. Okay, I have no finished objects. I have lots of works in progress, so I'm just going to get started and show you what I've got going on. And not a lot of progress on things, so hope it doesn't bore you, because you've probably seen some of them before. The first thing I'm going to show you is my little crochet crowd mystery along, which was a couple months ago. Okay, so I did get the legs on. There we go. And that's about it. As you can see, poor headless giraffe. I have to put the head on and all the other little additions, and I'm working on it. It's not my priority right now, and if I ever do any amigurumi again, I'm gonna look for ones that kind of go in one piece, because I don't enjoy putting the pieces together. So that's my giraffe. The next thing I have is I'm still working on that baby blanket for Sissy Knit and Kim. I'll get it done, I promise, before August, which is when she kind of wants them. So I'm doing the dishcloth pattern, and I'm up to the decreases. Of course, I'm in the middle of a row here, so I can't even take it apart. So I'm up to decreasing, and that's what I have done so far on that. And it's pretty, it's fun, and like I said, I haven't done a lot. So that's my baby blanket. Put that one aside. What else? Oh, I have a sock from my socks. I did actually finish the toe. And I have the waist yarn. It's an afterthought heel, so the waist yarn is here for the heel. So obviously I haven't done that one yet, but it's almost finished, and I haven't casted on the new one yet. Just haven't had time. I'm going to work on it. Luckily, it's not winter, and my husband doesn't need the socks yet, so that's a good thing, because this was a Father's Day present. And the other thing, the other work in progress, add to the many, this is my Linus shawl. And I have a stitch marker in right here to show that's kind of the progress I've made on it. And I'll kind of, it's all tangled. Wait a second, give me a minute to untangle it and I can show you. There we go. So that's my Linus shawl. It's getting there, it's growing. Not so much, you know, but here we go. So that's my Linus shawl. Okay. And this is made with the Deborah Norville, this one, the Serenity sock yarn. And I use Deborah Norville for this sock too. I've told you before, if you've seen it, the colorways. Like it, and this is Picasso. And I actually do like it a little bit better now that it's growing. It's growing on me, the colors. And I do like actually how it's coming out. I like, as it's getting bigger, the colors are definitely looking nicer, more stripy than pooling. So that's those two. And of course I had to cast on something, you know, right before we left. I casted on another shawl, because shawls are my new addiction, I guess, these days. And because I've got the Linus shawl going, and I casted on a pie shawl. So I'm going to show you that. And I haven't, like I said, I haven't gotten a lot done. I don't know if you can see it. And I was going to do the fancy one with all the different lace patterns in it, and I'm not sure yet if I'm going to do that or not. I haven't decided, because that I might, now that we're here. It wasn't something I could do on the road, so I was just sort of knitting it when I can. So I may do a little bit of an adaptation of the Zimmerman. It's Elizabeth Zimmerman pattern, and if I do, I'll kind of show you next time. If I, you know, I may continue with just the straight knitting for another section, and then do some of the lace patterns instead of doing all. There's 3 lace patterns. I may only do 1 or 2, and like do maybe 1 at the end before casting off. But now that we're here, I can probably focus a little bit more on some like lace, which takes a little bit of thinking. And I have a lot of mindless knitting going on, so I could use a little bit of something that's more challenging. So that's my pie shawl. Oh, and I wanted to show you my little stitch marker, which I made. I don't know if you can see the little kitty stitch marker. It was a necklace of my daughter's, and she didn't want it anymore, and so I took it and I made a stitch marker out of it. And it's really easy, and I love making stitch markers. They're really easy. I use earrings when I've lost an earring and I only have one. Maybe I'll take some out next time and show you some of the stitch markers I've made. So that's my pie shawl, and I'm using that yarn. I don't know what kind it is. It was from Big Lots, and it's really pretty and it's soft, and I've got a lot of it, and if I have more when I'm done with the shawl, I may do something else with it, because it's really nice yarn for $1 a skein. Can't go wrong. Okay, now my big exciting thing that I started, which I've been waiting and waiting to do, I finally cast it on my hitchhiker, and I've been wanting to do the hitchhiker forever, and I finally cast it on July 4th, and so this is for July 3rd, I don't know, I think it was the 4th. So this is how much I've gotten done so far. Can you see that? I know that my needles are in the way. So there it is. It's fun. I love this pattern. It's like potato chip knitting for me, because you have to do so many. It's an 8-pattern repeat, 8-row repeat. Once you get it, it's pretty simple. Actually, I'm almost memorized the pattern, and I think if you keep going, eventually you will memorize it. But it's one of those things where, okay, and they're called teeth. These are the teeth, and there's, I think for the pattern that in the pattern, I think it's 41 teeth altogether. But she said basically you can just keep knitting until you run out of yarn, and then you can bind off. So I keep going. I say, okay, 1 more tooth, and it's 8 rows, and then I'm like at the end of that one, I'm like, oh, just 1 more. So I keep going. Anyway, I love it. And the yarn I'm using is Mini Mochi in the Negro colorway. I don't know if it's number 311. It's a really nice yarn. I don't often get to use, pricey yarns. I pretty much stick to the bargain ones, but this was left from a gift card at my local yarn store before I left New York, and I love it. It's really soft and it's fun to work with, and I have to say, after not having a chance to work with some nice yarns, working with really nice yarn again, it's so much more enjoyable. So I've been really having a nice time with it. So that's my hitchhiker. And I'm using these needles, and I may do a thing about the needles. If you're interested, maybe leave me a comment. I ordered these from eBay. They're from China. Some of you may know about them. There was like 11 pairs from like 00 up to I think 8. And they were like $6 or $7, and they're really nice. You can do magic loop with them. They're not as pointy, maybe for lace, but I have done a little bit of lace with them. They're very smooth. The join they have this little curve, which may be a little problematic, but I haven't had any problems with them. And for the price, you can't go wrong. So I'm using these size, I think I'm doing 3.25. The pattern called for 3.0 millimeter, and when I first kind of got into it, I said I wasn't sure I liked the way it was coming out, and I tried going down in needle size and did a little swatch, and it wasn't that much better, so I decided, since I had already done quite a bit, I wasn't going to rip back and change needle sizes. I'm going to stick with this one. So this is a little bit bigger, and it might be a little airier. So that's my hitchhiker. So those are all my whips, and I think I'm going to be calling this video Whips, Whips, and More Whips, because that's really all I have. I don't have any finished objects. My up and coming, as I said, I'm addicted to shawls, so I'm like, oh, I'm going to do another shawl. I don't know if you guys know WendyKnits, but she does a newsletter, and she does some beautiful patterns, and she's got free ones and pay ones. And every summer she does a mystery cal, or knit along. And this summer I'm going to do her mystery knit along. It starts July 15th, and it's really kind of cool. I'm not sure I'll be able to do a link because I don't have computer access right now. I'm just basically using my phone and my Kindle for things, so I can't. It's hard for me to really edit and do stuff on the video. I'm just probably going to get it up there and it'll be done. But anyway, that starts July 15th. So if you guys hear of that, look it up. It's great. She's doing more like a recipe, and the pattern. There's 2 options. You can do her pattern and follow it, or you can sort of use a recipe and use your own yarn. And so I'm going to try it. It sounded like really fun, and I'm going to use my Madeline Tosh, which I had gotten in my other new luxury yarn, and I think that's what I'm going to use. And if I will show you the next time, July 15th, maybe that may be when I'd be doing my next video. The last thing I just wanted to give you guys was a tip. I was going to try to maybe do a tip every time I did a video. And I know there's some beautiful yarn bowls out there and things to hold your yarn in when you're working with it. But my tip, if you don't have them, or if you can't afford them, is just a simple pitcher, regular pitcher. I put my yarn in, it goes through here. I put the top on like that. I pull, and there you go, and it leaves your yarn in the pitcher. It doesn't flop around all over the place, and it's quick and easy and cheap. You can get a pitcher in the dollar store probably. So that's my tip of the week. Okay, before this gets to be way too long, I just want to say hi to those new people if you're new. Hi to those coming back. If you liked me, you can like me, subscribe, and comments, anything, if you want to give me some comments, I'll try to chat back with you. And hope you guys all have a wonderful week, or maybe 2, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.